What's up, everyone? This is Kronos, aka Adam, back with another AEW Week in Review. This is actually going to be a briefer one because I have already done my review of Fyter Fest Night 1, aka Dynamite, and I will link that at the end of this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, social media down there. As always, what I usually do is go over everything that happened in AEW, both BTE, Dark, and Dynamite, but as I said, this is going to be an abbreviated one, so I'm just going to do BTE and AEW Dark from this past week. So we're going to jump right into it real quick. We're going to go to BTE, entitled Baby Back Ribs. So we get the Bucks, Paige, and Cutler in a room. Kenny comes in, he's hungry. He starts complaining, bad Dynamite, bad catering. And they start singing the jingle to Chili's Baby Back Ribs. Paige is on his phone until he gets in on it as well. Matt starts the jingle up again. And then we get the Bucks at the compound in the new ring, waiting for Cutler. So last time they did something like this, they were excited because this is when they gave Cutler his 2 contracts. It was actually really emotional and a really heartwarming kind of thing. This one was obviously a little more tongue-in-cheek. So they send Cutler a text that he's going to read. He then thinks it's going to be something like last time. Since he hasn't won a match on AEW television yet, him and Avalon are going to face the Bucks on Dark. So they thought that was going to be something like that he would be happy about. He's clearly not, because he knows they're not going to win. So they're at Denny's. Luchasaurus says he's the king of the claw machine. Apparently he doesn't win. So the Bucks are shooting a commercial for the new action figures. Bucks, Paige, and Kenny are filming. Doesn't sound like they're making sounds and just, it seems like it's all blooper reel, nothing that would actually be on the commercials, but it's kind of funny. The Bucks are backstage at Dynamite. Nick is gigged up to get past security at the airport. He cut himself to just get past everything, apparently, because now he's learning from his brother Matt. Cutler is making a protein shake, but apparently they're trying to make it say like it looks like cocaine. Alright, I forgot to turn that off. Professional as always. So it's kind of look like he's doing coke. And then Kenny's in it with them. They're trying to convince Matt to do it. Matt refuses, gets mad at them, kicks them out, throws the powder at them. Nakazawa was watching the whole time. Nick is at catering and Private Party arrives. Private Party says they don't have the food they want. They don't believe Nick that this is the only food that's going to be there. They're just saying, okay, whatever. And then until he says he's dead ass. And now they sit down, they're upset. Matt sits next to them, Matt Jackson. He scares them off. We get Silver and Reynolds of the Dark Order. They approach Orange Cassidy. They try to recruit him. Reynolds is literally drinking Kool-Aid, obviously the whole idea of the cult. Silver says they watch Fast and Furious on Fridays, which starts to pique his interest. But Orange Cassidy slowly pushes the cup over, and they leave in anger. They're saying, like, don't do it. And in typical Orange Cassidy fashion, he takes forever to do it. We get the Cutler cam for the last Lumberjack match that was on the past week's Dynamite. We see Hangman Page finds Brody, introduces himself, Brody Lee. Page likes his new pants, says that he was on their website, filled out their form, and never heard back from them. Apparently he was in a dark place at the time. Brody says he can still join, and Page declines. Page says, good luck with your cult. Brady doesn't sound happy. He goes into the room, their locker room, starts yelling at Reynolds and Silver. He calls Uno and tells him to take the papers and throw them at his face. So this is where one of those items that I don't know if BTE is really going to be canon in that sense, because the idea that Paige wanted to join the Dark Order at some point and wasn't able to, I don't know if Brody Lee is going to play that up at all, especially now because obviously Paige is nowhere in the stratosphere of the Dark Order at this point. He's just, he's completely his own character now. So, probably won't matter at all to actual storyline stuff. Kaz is using a weird voice to talk to Cutler. Realize it's because of Matt Hardy. Ever since he talked to Matt Hardy, he's been using some kind of real southern voice. Hardy meets up with Nick and wishes him luck. Nick uses a term and doesn't let Hardy explain it. He's about to use his broken brilliance. He says they already did it already. I forgot what the term was. He touches Nick, and he thinks Nick is Harry Houdini. Says he was the original merch freak. Calls him a carny, We then get the turn from the inside. Carney will use any tactic to sell their product or possibly a language. Nick turns back into Merch Freak, his old gimmick, which he hasn't used on BTE in a while. We get speaking Spanglish. The word is order, but I forgot how to say it in Spanish. Silver and Reynolds say, talking Dark Order. Tries to recruit Santana and Ortiz. They're obviously not having it. We see Colt looking to find Kenny. There's the No Colts Club. They do the Simpsons joke. There's always room for one. They're singing the Baby Back Ribs. Colt doesn't want to ruin their fun, so he kind of just does the kind of slink away. And that's the end of BTE for this week. Nothing significant. Obviously, there is going to be some continuity error coming up on Dark. I'll explain that. So we get Avalon and Cutler arguing to start AEW Dark. Cutler makes fun of him losing to Orange Cassidy. The PA comes out, a production assistant comes out and says that they have a tag match, which they aren't happy about. Cutler technically actually was told on BTE, so there's that continuity error. If he already knew, why is he acting surprised? The Bucks show up, tell them that they're the opponents. Matt says he would never have thought of turning heel on Nick, and then Cutler tells him, that's not true, and actually it was a huge impact on the wrestling world, assuming that it happened in Impact. Matt slightly remembers, says they have to leave. Avalon and Leva said they read about it in the Bucks book. And then Matt comes out with the plug for the book. Cutler's upset because he hasn't even read it and it doesn't even come out, so why would they get an advanced copy and not him? We get Max Caster versus Sean Spears. Aubrey checks the glove after last week when he used the loaded glove. Caster with the nice arm drag and a little showboating. Spears going after each limb. Hits a spine buster and the C4 DVD for the win. Tully gives Spears the medal to put back in his glove. Comes back into the ring. Knocks out Caster. We then get Lance Archer versus Pineapple Pete. Archer attacks during Pineapple Pete's intro. Pineapple Pete drop kicks Archer, who almost takes out Jake. Pineapple Pete getting strikes in, but Archer keeps no selling. Low bridge by Pineapple Pete and a hangman on the top rope. Archer sent to the outside, confronts Janela, who throws his shirt at Archer. Jake screams for Archer to focus. Private. I keep saying because I put PP, so I put Private Party and Pineapple Pete. I'm just going to say Pineapple. Pineapple suicide dive, caught by Archer, and chokeslam on the apron, throws a t-shirt at Janela. Archer with the somersault senton for a 2 count. Pineapple fights out of the blackout. He screams, "Everybody dies." Pineapple Pete tilt-a-whirl into a blackout. Claw smash by Archer for the win. Archer goes to attack Pineapple Pete some more. Janela runs in with a leaf blower, which I think is hysterical. Janela screams that the bad boy never dies. Kind of a play on his Archer's catchphrase. We get Ricky Starks versus Griff Garrison. Starks is no-selling his chops. We get a flying spear by Ricky Starks for the win. Starks comes over to commentary and fist bumps Taz. So pretty good start for Ricky Starks. Obviously, he looked really fresh in this, but it was, obviously kind of a enhanced the match. I do like Griff Garrison, though. I think he's kind of reminds me of Jungle Boy. Both in look and style. We get Scorpio Sky versus Brady Pierce. Taz continues to make fun of Brady Pierce's boots. Sky has new music. He's not coming into the SCU theme. Kenny and Cody, only other wrestlers in AEW with 20 plus wins. Sky is 19 at the time. Brady paintbrushes Sky. Sky hits back. My Shark Cradle by Sky for 2 count. We get Brady with a running boot in the corner. Sky ends up hitting with the springboard cutter for the win. He is now the 3rd member of the 20-win club. We get Allie and Brandy versus Kylan King and Skylar Moore. Brandy out with Dustin. Allie with an I Miss QT sign. If you don't remember, QT Marshall come into contact with someone who came into contact with coronavirus, so he's decided to self-quarantine, which was a smart move. They're called the Nightmare Sisters, but then Brandy gets on the mic and corrects the record, says they're not sisters and that they're not together like that. They argue who should start first. Allie with the blind tag, sliding elbow in the corner on King for a 2 count. Brandy tags herself in, but catches a big clothesline. Brandy tries to battle out, but can't overcome the double team. Moore with the slam on Brandy for a 2 count. Teases tagging in Allie. Brandy with the stunner and then the hot tag. Allie does the drop down slap like Cody and Dustin do. Then does the gold dust like a mocking thing to Dustin. Allie does a reverse DDT and lets Brandy get the pin. Brandy looks to accept the win, kind of says thank you, whatever. We get Butcher and the Blade versus Lowrider and Fuego del Sol. We get Blade with a backdrop diver on Ryder. Landed really bad. It was actually really scary for a second. Lowrider looked like he landed right on his neck, but it turns out he was alright. Butcher with the Texas Cloverleaf. Ryder with boots he gets the Texas Cloverleaf on Del Sol. Ryder's kicking him with the boots and no effect. Blade takes out Ryder and Del Sol taps for the win. And then we get our main event, the Young Bucks versus Avalon and Cutler. It's actually a really good match. Bucks work over Cutler. Avalon doesn't want to tag in. Nick uses Cutler to springboard on drag Avalon on the outside. Wheelbarrow cutter combo by the Young Bucks on Cutler in the ring. Double team on Avalon, and he quickly tags out. Cutler and Avalon are arguing in the ring. We get stereo drop kicks and planches to the outside by the Bucks. Both Nick and Avalon almost run into Leva on the apron. Matt with the spear on Avalon. Cutler with some really great offense on the Bucks. Suicide dive on both of them. We had a top rope crossbody on Matt for a 2 count. More great double team offense on the Bucks by Avalon and Cutler. They're actually working cohesively as a team. Matt with the double release Northern Lights suplex on both of them. Nick with the springboard X Factor, and then he rolls through to the moonsault on the outside. We had a double super kick on Avalon, and then we get the BTE trigger, which is just basically a double Kamagoye on Avalon for the win. And the Bucks bring them into the ring, make them shake hands. Obviously, it's not over. I still think that they're just waiting to have this big epic match between Avalon and Cutler for whoever gets the first win, and I think they're gonna over celebrate. And I think that's gonna actually be really cool. Should be Cutler. He deserves the win, even though because Avalon doesn't really lose anything. His gimmick is just being a loser. So anyway, that is AEW Dark. Also, I did my BTE recap, as I said at the end of this video, or just check on the channel. You can see my my review of Fyter Fest Night 1. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, social media down there. And as always, stay safe, love each other, and bye now. Just in case you were wondering, I got him.